What's up guys, this is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4 and I'm going to be giving you a build breakdown for Spider-Man. So let's go ahead and go to the skills, go into his traits. His two main attributes are fighting and strength, and he gains a 15% critical hit damage bonus automatically. Web fluid is his primary resource, so webbing. Webbing regenerates at the rate of 15% per second. Webbing constantly regenerates. Spider-Man Spider Sense. You are able to see enemies on the minimap. You have a 3% dodge chance, 20% defense rating multiplier, plus 600 defense rating, 20% dodge rating multiplier, plus 600 dodge rating. Close quarters, when you hit with a melee power, damage reduction, plus 8% for 3 seconds. So onto your abilities. Spider Brawl. I have that one on X. I just use this because you gain 1% per 250 dodge rating. So my damage for Spider Brawl has increased by 31.2%. Agile attack for your dashing ability. You gain 4 charges with the talent, but without the talent it's only 3 charges. Arachnid assault. Fly into a dizzying blur of attacks, leaving no enemy standing. So you do 4 hits and it does 8285 to 12,428 hit per hit. I think it hits any enemy within the vicinity or within its AoE. It hits any enemy 4 times, so if you have 4 enemies you'll basically do like 16 hits, so that's nice. I believe it's like that. If it's not, if it's just, I think it's actually just 4 hits in total. So next, Spider Slam. Backflip into the air before quickly web zipping back to the ground in a diving kick. Damage does 21,939 to 32,908. Knockdown duration is 1 second. Webbing cost 173.3. And cooldown is 4 seconds. Infuriating humor. Embarrass nearby enemies with a sharp-witted insult that weakens and taunts the enemies. Taunts enemies while active. Does weaken 10% less damage. They deal 10% less damage. You also gain 100% dodge chance with the talent active. Without the talent, I believe is only at 50% dodge chance. Duration is 4 seconds, 8-second cooldown. Leaping assault. Leap high into the air and slam yourself back onto the enemies below. Damage 21,306 to 31,959. You have 100% crit chance as well. 8-second cooldown. Stick around. Fill an area with sticky webbing that immobilizes and sticks to enemies. Damage 12,699 to 19,048. Stun duration is 1.5 seconds. And cooldown is 4 seconds. And then not your signature. Is it your signature? Is this no, it is your signature. So yeah, amazing smash. Leap into the air, spinning a mighty ball of webbing, then smash it into your enemies to immobilize them. Damage 64,818 to 97,227. Damage 11,061 twice per second. Immobilized duration is 2.5 seconds. Webbing generated 100% of max webbing. And yeah, so on your talents, amazing acrobatics is what you want to have, because every time you use a movement ability you gain 25% dodge rating, and it stacks up to 3 times, letting you have 75% dodge rating. You also gain 10% to your movement power. Jumping spider is the next one you want to go for. When you use Spider Slam or Evasive Web Sling, reduce the cooldown of Leaping Assault by 2 seconds. Leaping Assault damage is increased by 100%. Arachnid Flurry. Arachnid Assault lasts twice as long, hitting twice as many times per activation. When you use Arachnid Assault, your dodge rating multiplier is increased by 50%, and the duration for the dodge rating multiplier lasts for 3 seconds. I believe it lasts 3 seconds after the after you use Arachnid Assault. Next one is Dancing Spider. Agile attack and web zipline gains the following effects: +1 max charge and 1 second cooldown reduction. Spider sense tingling, infuriating. Dodge chance is increased by another 50%, putting you at 100% dodge chance, meaning you take absolutely no damage. I mean, you will take damage if you're standing in the red zone with dodge, but other than that, you won't take any damage from anything else. When you use Amazing Smash, dodge rating multiplier is increased by 100%. Duration is 5 seconds. So you technically have 4 abilities that give you dodging. So to the synergies, what is good and what is not good, or what's useful. So Angela's is definitely useful. The cooldown definitely helps him. Strength attribute helps him. Beast helps. Black Panthers helps. Black Widows helps. Blades will help. Captain America's not so much. I think it's weird because I don't think any of his, yeah, he has hand-to-hand, a few hand-to-hand abilities. So what's her name, Captain Marvel's would actually be pretty good to have as well. 2.5% hand-to-hand. Colossus is good to have. Cyclops webbing on enemy defeat is good to have, but you don't necessarily need it. Daredevil's is good to have. Deadpool's, you don't necessarily need it. Doctor Strange, you don't need it. Gambit, I don't think you need energy. Strength and fighting, I believe, is his main attributes. Yeah, strength and fighting, so you don't need Gambits. The next one, you don't need Ghost Riders. Hawkeye, I would say you'd need that. More crit damage always helps every character. Hulk's is a good one to have as well. You don't need Iceman's. Iron Fist, I would say take it. It's a good one. Iron Man is a good one for ranged. Jean Grey is a good one for ranged. Kitty Pryde is a good one for the dodge. Luke Cage, good for the durability. Health on hit from magic is good. Moon Knight is high risk, high reward, like every other video. This one, Moon Knight is always going to be a high risk, high reward type of thing. When you're under 50% health, you gain 10% more damage. Nova is a good one to have because of dodge multiplier. Psylocke is a good one to have for the melee. Punishers for the range. Don't need the summon. Damage over time, I wouldn't say you would need this. I don't think you do need it because you're not running with any damage over time abilities. She-Hulk's is good to have. Definitely want to have Spider-Man's. Squirrel Girl is good to have. Star-Lord, not so much. Storm, no. Thor's, the defense, yeah, is good to have. War Machines is always good to have. Well, definitely because of the fighting. Wolverines you don't need. In the infinity points, I put 2 points into fighting and the rest into strike through. If you don't have 25 points, or if you don't want to spend any points on attributes, I would put my points into temporal loophole because that gives you more attack speed and more movement speed. Or you can go with heal on hit and a resilience. That's another really good one to have. And strike through to increase your brutal damage, and just, yeah. So I guess I'll talk about his abilities as well. I mean, I already did, but the main thing about Spider-Man is you want to keep moving around, which is why with every character you want to move around, but Spider-Man relies on his movement abilities basically. So this Spider Brawl you're not going to rely on too much. Maybe if they're like stuck in a spot, or they're stunned or whatever, then Spider Brawl would be a good one to use. Agile attack, well, even if if all your abilities are on cooldown, then you would want to use Spider Brawl as well. Agile attack is good to use because you do get 4 max charges. So I'll just name out what will all give you dodge. So agile, I think 3 stacks of agile attack will give you a 75% increase in dodge multiplier. Arachnid Assault will give you an automatic dodge, so it'll make you invulnerable to all damage while it's active, and then you also gain that 3 second dodge right after. Infuriating Humor, you take no damage as well, except for when you're in the red. So this is really good to have as well. It's your defensive ability. Amazing Smash gives you also gives you dodge as well, and I believe that is it. That gives you dodge. Stick Around doesn't do dodge, but it it keeps them in one spot. So for my inventory, I do have all cosmics on, but my stats aren't at all where I would need them. So my stats are actually lower than what I had purple with purple gear. Except this one with my cosmic gear gave me more dodge rating, and I don't have a legendary artifact or item. But anyways, so with my cosmic gear, most of like this one gives me strength. This one was giving me the medkit heals you for 20%. So for your utility, your gloves and your mask, both of those can gain the medkit heals you for 20% more health. You definitely want to have one of those have it. They both don't stack up on each other to have 40%. You only have 20%. So if you have one or the other with it, then you definitely want to keep that. And then your catalyst. This is probably, I think this is the perfect catalyst to have, because this is what definitely saved my butt in trials multiple times. So you regenerate 25% of your health up to 3,000, and you gain 100 webbing back when you use a medkit. So that right there is one of the most important ones to have. The cosmic one, you don't necessarily need that one. So I mean, it definitely helps out because you gain a damage shield equal to 50% of your max health when you use a medkit. So it definitely helps out a lot. Um, I don't think it stays on you forever. I think it's like a 5 second duration or something. So because I never see it stay on. It would be pretty crazy if it could stay on. Um, and the radioactive bonus, the purple, when you use a med kit, when you use your med kit, heal for an additional 5,000 health. So you can get both the green and the purple in even with having a green catalyst. You don't need a blue, you don't need a purple, you don't need a yellow. You can have a green catalyst to have the green and the purple bonuses. So those two are the ones you definitely want to have on your catalyst. My medallion, I have the Doctor Doom medallion. It gives me, when you use your signature power, gain the strength of the power cosmic, increasing all attributes by one for 15 seconds. This is a really good one for all characters overall. An easier one to go for, I guess, would be the Doctor Octopus, Doc Ox medallion. That one's a really good one to have because when you use melee abilities, you gain melee damage, and it stacks, I think, up to 8 times. Either it's that one or someone else's. Venom's is also a really nice one to have for Spider-Man. I think that is the only one that actually benefits Spider-Man, because I think when you do webbing damage or melee damage, you gain more webbing damage or you gain more melee damage. So it's a trade-off from webbing to melee or melee to webbing.
Almost time for the main event.
For my relics, I'm using Relic of Subterranea mainly because it gives me the most health and defense. You can use Relic of Wakanda to increase your dodge rating, which would also help out your what's it called, your damage output for your basic attack, the X whatever. Or you can use the Relic of Asgard, which gives you melee damage increase. But I think the Relic of Subterranea or what Relic of Wakanda are the better options. My artifacts, I'm using the Cosmically Enhanced Superior Spider Mask. So this is a cosmic artifact. You can get this from Dr. Octopus on cosmic difficulty, but since if you're trying to complete cosmic difficulty, I would go with something that can give you melee damage, like the artifact, what's his face? Well, you know, actually, the gem of curse is actually a really good one to have. It's probably the best. Gem of curse is the best option to have artifact, in my opinion. I just haven't gotten it yet. I've been farming like crazy for it, but so no luck. But the one I'm talking about is what's his face? He's in the patrols. Um, he's an asshole. That's what he is. I don't remember what it's called. Dang. Well, Fist of Apocalypse, you definitely want to try to get. I don't know where I got this one from though, but you get 637 critical damage rating, 10% crit chance when you hit with the melee power to gain 6.1% attack speed for 10 seconds, 829 health, 540 brutal damage rating, and 4 strength. Hand of Doom, you get 2 intelligence, 2 energy, 2 strength, 322 critical hit rating, 283 brutal strike rating, 3% chance to electrocute enemies for 5,910 energy damage when you hit. Let me look real quick to find out what that character was called. I just completely forgot.
Time to break stuff.
If I even have it. I don't remember where.
Though I rule a barren wasteland, perhaps I can save this place from
Man.
its fate.
Oh, you know, I
wouldn't
think
like
it's on
me when I'm
Hawkeye,
shooting.
actually. Let me just check. Yeah, it's definitely on Hawkeye then.
So, where's the action?
Alright, so Crossbones, teaching credentials. That's the one I was talking about. 1 Crossbones teaching credentials may be equipped. 129 damage rating to ranged powers. 133 damage rating to melee powers. Plus 3 strength. Plus 231 critical hit rating. Plus 244 brutal strike rating. When you land a critical hit, gain 467 brutal damage rating for 5 seconds. This effect stacks up to 3 times. So this is a great one to have for Spider-Man. Even Advanced Crimson Crystal of Sidorak is a great one to have as well. So, yeah. I will go ahead and show you how
I knew they couldn't
I
do
use,
this without
or
me.
not how I use his abilities, but like how all these abilities would look. So this is just your basic attack. Then this is the square. You can, if you're far away, you can pull yourself to your enemy. So, like that, and it does a nice little AoE. Same thing with the triangle. You leap and you just do a nice AoE attack with that as well. With circle, what's it called? Stick around. What that does is when an enemy is attacking you, or if they're about to use an ability that is a charge ability, like when they're about to drop a red field or whatever, like one of those danger zones that like you don't want to be standing in a red. If they drop a red, all you have to do is just use this, and then it'll stop them. It'll prevent them from dropping that. So when you know Mandarin is about to use one of his abilities, you would just use that. You would just use that, and then for the next ability, you're gonna use, or I'm gonna show is L2X, and that's what it does. It just does a nice scatter ability or whatever. AoE, it hits random enemies, random targets, so it's really nice. Next one is the taunt ability. Actually, I'll go do that to the next dummy, the one that can hit back. So as you can see, he's doing damage to me, but when I activate this, he does no damage because I have 100% dodge. And then here's the signature. So, oh, it does do damage over time, but that's the only one that does damage over time. So, yeah, that's really all. That's how all of his abilities work. Oh, you know what? Here's my stats too before I forget. His durability is 4, 15 strength, 7 fighting, 6 speed, 4 energy, 7 intelligence, 50,899 effective health, 40% damage reduction. So these two are really good to have. I mean, it's not easy to get those, but if you're in full cosmic, you should be able to get at least the 40% damage reduction and at least 45,000 average effective health, or 40,000. If you're in full purple, I would say you'd probably be able to hit 35% damage reduction and about 30,000 to 35,000 no, 30 about 35,000 to 40,000 health, average effective health. Dodge rating is at 7792. I was able to reach to 11,000 or 12,000, but I just decided to drop that down for more damage output, I guess. But yeah, so with my offensive stats, they're not great at all. I have 0% attack speed. Attack speed is pretty not important for Spider-Man, but it definitely helps him out. Critical hit rating, I'm barely hitting any crits. I'm at 950. I'm at 2563 critical damage rating, 1327 brutal strike rating, and 2496 brutal damage rating. If you're in full purple, oh well, I also have 88% base damage, which is really good. But if you're in full purple gear, you'll be able to hit, if you're optimized in the critical hits and brutal damages and all that, you'll be able to hit for your critical hit and brutal strike rating should be about 1500 to 1800, I want to say. And then for the critical damage and then brutal damage, you should be at around 3000, 2500 to 3000 for those. So yeah, that's basically. Oh, before I forget again, I'm gonna go and look at what legendary items there are available, because I completely forgot to look. And yeah, so I'm gonna just go check out the legendary items for Spider-Man, and I'll tell you which one I would highly recommend for him. So no. Hermes winged sandals. I would probably suggest this one over anything else. Either that or well, Macron crystal is pretty nice as well, but I wouldn't go with that. Savage Axe of Ares is also a really good one to have. And Shield of Perseus, as well as the Golden Mace. So yeah, those four would be the best option in my opinion. Oh, I forgot about these ones. I mean, I guess Ultimate Nullifier too, if you're stacking a bunch of crit hit as well. So yeah, the best options in my opinion would be Ultimate Nullifier, the Golden Mace, Special Issue Emergency Communicate. Wait, no, that's the stealth one. That's the wrong one. Shield of Perseus, Savage Axe of Ares, and where is it? Hermes Winged Sandals. Those ones are the best. So I'll go over it again. Hermes Winged Sandals, probably my number one pick, or no, I would say my number two pick. Yeah, no, my number one pick is Hermes Winged Sandals. My number two pick would be Savage Axe of Ares. Number three would be the Golden Mace. Number four would be Shield of Perseus. And number five would be Ultimate Nullifier. So yeah, that's basically all from what I would choose for Spider-Man. But you know, if this video helped you out at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment. If you have any suggestions of any other character you'd like to see, go ahead and let me know. Right now I'm working on Angela, Squirrel Girl, and well, let me see. I'm working on Iron Man, possibly Beast, maybe Thor. Definitely Squirrel Girl, Psylocke, Angela, and Nova maybe. I mean, there's a bunch of videos for Nova already. War Machine and Wolverine are the ones I'm going to do next. Oh, and Doctor Strange and possibly Deadpool. But the next ones you'll be seeing is Iron Man, Squirrel Girl, Angela. Oh, the next ones you'll be seeing. But yeah, if this helped you out, just go ahead and let me know. And this is all day any day one. Have a good day, good night, and peace.